My favorite time of the year is Christmas. And they'll ask, why do you love Christmas so much? I love Christmas so much because of the story that's told at Christmas. For me, there simply is no other story like the Christmas story. If people want to read that story again, I'll just give you a quick review of how to do that. It's told in Matthew and Luke. It's told in Matthew 1-2 and Luke 1-2. But this is the order in which you read it. Luke 1, the angel comes to Mary. Matthew 1, the angel comes to Joseph. Luke 2, they go to Bethlehem and Jesus is born. Matthew 2, the Magi come to Bethlehem to see him. So read it, Luke 1, Matthew 1, Luke 2, Matthew 2. A story was told about two great theologians, Karl Barth and Thomas Torrance. And Thomas Torrance said to Karl Barth, when was it that when in the Jesus story, do you know that the world was saved? And Karl Barth says, well, Good Friday, of course, when he dies. That's when I knew the world was saved. Karl Barth says to Thomas Torrance, when do you think it was? And he says, well, Christmas Eve, when he was born into the world. If I were asked, if I were asked, I would say, in the moment that Jesus was conceived in Mary's womb. Because in that moment, humanity and divinity are united in a single cell in her womb. And there was no turning back. No turning back. No turning back. How are you going to separate humanity and divinity from this person now? So that would be the moment when I know that the whole plan is going to be fulfilled. The world's going to be saved. And that's what draws me to Christmas, that wonder that happened. Now, Christmas, we always say, is the birth, and it is, but it's also part of his conception. So that we know that moment and in that night that all will be well. All will be well. God is going to have his way. For 1,000 years of church history, New Year's Eve, following on Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve was March 26th, because March 26th is the celebration of the conception of Jesus in Mary's womb. That was the beginning of the new era in that very moment. So I especially like Luke 1, when the angel says, the Spirit of God will overshadow you, and something that never happened before is going to happen inside of you, and there's no turning back. I look forward to Christmas. I retired formally from pastoral role in 2016, and I lamented to Sharon. I said, well, I won't get to preach Christmas Eve anymore. And I have had the privilege of preaching every Christmas Eve since, and I even get to this time. And I just look forward to be able to declare that mystery.